If you're over 40 and your kids have left the nest, you might be hearing a little voice inside your head whispering things to you like, what if something goes wrong? What if I can't afford this? What if I fail? That voice, it's not intuition, it's fear. And fear is lying to you. In this video, I'm going to show you why moving abroad is not only possible, it's actually easier than you think. If you've been dreaming of a fresh start, then stick around. Your new life could be just a passport stamp away. Let's get started. My name is Jason and welcome to the Spend channel, single parent, empty nester, digital nomad, where I help other people just like you, single parents with kids out of the nest, find a new life abroad. Today I'm calling out fear. The kind that whispers things like you're too old, too broke, or too unprepared to make a move like this. You might have even said to yourself or out loud, I could never move to another country. But I've got news for you. It's not as complicated, risky, or as lonely as you might think it is. In the next few minutes, I'm going to unpack the top myths, share some surprising truths, and help you see how doable and rewarding the move actually is. First, let's talk about the voice of fear. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it sounds quite reasonable. I just want to be realistic. I'm not being negative, just practical. It's not fear, it's common sense. Or, there are drug cartels in Mexico. I see it on the news all the time. Does any of this sound familiar to you? That was me too. When I first started thinking about moving abroad, I had all the classic worries. Money, safety, being alone, or messing up. But guess what? Most of those fears weren't really based on truth. They were based on assumptions and worst-case scenarios. Once I started looking at the facts, not feelings, I realized that fear wasn't protecting me. It was actually blocking me. Let's break down the biggest lies fear tells us about moving abroad. Myth number one, it's too expensive. Actually, in many countries, your cost of living will go down. I'm talking about more affordable rent, lower cost health care, fresh food, cheaper public transportation, and so on. You might spend less each month than you do in the United States, especially in Latin America or Southeast Asia. Many European countries are less costly than the US, particularly in Eastern Europe. Myth number two, healthcare will be worse. Many countries offer excellent healthcare at a fraction of cost in the United States. Mexico, for example, has top-notch private hospitals. You can often see a doctor for as little as $50 without insurance. Plus, prescriptions and dental care is a lot more affordable. For example, recently I had an appointment with a gastroenterologist at a private hospital in Zapopan, which is a suburb of Guadalajara. The entire appointment took about an hour. It was completely casual and unrushed, and I paid the office the equivalent of $98 US, which was around 1,900 pesos, I believe. My medical concierge arranged this appointment and joined me there, and her services were $30 in cash. And her services were quite helpful and saved me a lot of time that I would have spent with doing trial and error trying to find a doctor. I did not need medical insurance for this, as I said, just straight cash, but I do have travel insurance for major medical emergencies. Myth number three, I don't speak the language. You don't need to be fluent to get started. You could survive and even thrive with just a basic level and a translation app. Me, I'm B1 level in Spanish, and locals here have been very kind and helpful. And plus, learning is just a part of the adventure. I've never had anyone in Mexico laugh at my Spanish speaking, not once, at least not to my face. Any effort you make is appreciated. Even if you think you sound ridiculous, trust me, they appreciate any effort you make. And I've found that some people here do speak English, and I appreciate the effort that they make in speaking English to me, although I still try to speak as much Spanish as I can. Myth number four, I'll be lonely. Moving abroad doesn't mean isolation. You'll find expat communities, Facebook groups, co-working spaces, language exchange, meetup groups, and so on. You might make more friends abroad than you've had in years in the United States. People in the US seem a lot more stressed out and closed off compared to people in other countries. I found that through personal experience, I find it making friends easier here in Mexico or Belize compared to the United States. Myth number five, it's just too late for me. It's never too late. I've met people in their 50s and 60s and beyond who have sold everything and moved abroad. They didn't wait for the perfect time. They just took the first step. The hardest part is the move itself. Once you arrive, then it becomes just a matter of settling in and accomplishing basic tasks in a different country. I found that assimilating here in Guadalajara, Mexico has been easier than I expected. I attribute this to my working knowledge of Spanish, and I'm far from fluent. People who can speak English often do, which I appreciate. This is what makes today the best time in history to make a move abroad. For one, technology is your best friend. We have Google Translate, WhatsApp, Airbnb, banking apps, etc. You can do all this from your phone. Support is everywhere. There are expat groups, travel forums, relocation coaches like myself. We're all here to help you avoid rookie mistakes. You don't have to figure this out alone. You could test the waters with a 90-day stay. You could teach English while you're there, rent a room, take a Spanish class. Baby steps count. And you don't need legal residency in order to live in another country. You can do this as a tourist, just don't overstay your visa. This is the truth. Your fears aren't going anywhere. They'll always be around. But you don't have to give fear the steering wheel. The life you want is not just possible, it's waiting for you. You've already done the hard things as a single parent, raising kids, working jobs, surviving heartache. This next chapter can be full of joy, freedom, and discovery. So start telling yourself, I've handled life as a single parent. I can certainly handle this move too. And now I want to hear from you. What fear is holding you back from moving abroad? Put it in the comments. I can promise you that you're not alone. And if you're ready to take that first step, I've created 2 free guides just for you. One shows you how to get your first passport. The other one helps you choose a country to explore. There's a list of 20 countries that all have English as an official language. You can download both these guides on my website. There's a link in the description to both of them. So like, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with someone you think is stuck and ready for a change. This is the Spend channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Take care.